Ralph here, True Power Trumpet Fitness, and welcome to the beginning of a beautiful week. It is a little late for me to get this up, I have to say. The reason it has been gorgeous out. I've been keeping up to date. We've been having some pretty funky weather, either just a lot of rain or just excruciating hot. All of a sudden, it's 76 degrees, the sun's out, it is gorgeous. You know, because of all the rain, the air is very clear and crisp. You know, the allergies are not in play. Man, it's beautiful out. And I ran 5 miles. I biked 25. I did some PNF. I did some kettlebell. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't touched the trumpet. It was just so beautiful out. So anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Some great news. Let's see what we got. All right, a wide open, effortless, double C, and a little trip down memory lane, a little snippet from Petrushka. Unbelievable. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Now, I'll tell you what, guys. As I told you many times, this YouTube channel and my life is dedicated to teaching, and it has been for the last how many years. I love to teach. I love to, analyze people's chops and figure out the problems, and I love it when they have success. I love it when they have success. And if it's possible to enjoy one success more than others, it's when the young kids get it right at the beginning of their career, whatever their career may be, and just have no problem with chops for the rest of their life. That to me is absolutely exciting. Now, don't get me wrong. I love some of the older guys like myself who I can figure out their chops and a little light bulb goes on and they don't have to worry about that. I mean, that's wonderful too, because they've suffered for the last how many years doing all this other drivel. And finally, when the light goes on, that's exciting too. But I'll tell you what, these young kids, and in some ways, it's like, dude, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what you're doing. You're so young. To be able to play double C's at 13 years old. Now here's the deal. As opposed to the last 13-year-old that I had, I teach him weekly. And he's just killing it. Arbin, Clark, Haydn Concerto. He just made another youth orchestra. Very difficult youth orchestra. He's got to get a C trumpet. He's thinking about getting one of Jerry's Sima C trumpet. Anyway, unlike him, this guy, I'm going to say, and I'm not going to use his name as usual, has taken only 3 lessons. 4? It might be 4. And I'm going to say the last 6 months. Okay? Now, when he came to me as a 7th grader, 13 years old, okay, he was playing a 1 1/4 C. Guys, death. He got a hold of a 1SS. He stumbled across the YouTube channel, got a hold of a 1SS, bought the manifesto, and got the free lesson. Okay? And when I tell you from a 1 1/4 C to a 1SS, guys, that first lesson, he could barely play a note. He could barely play a note. It took us about a half an hour, and I went way over with him. I went about 45 minutes because I had to get something going. It took him about 45 minutes to get a decent C scale. Okay? I'm talking low C to middle C. Okay? And when I left him, hang in there, baby. You can do this. I know you can, da-da-da. I didn't think I was ever going to see him again. I didn't think I was ever going to see him again. He emailed me about 2 weeks later and said, gee, things are really coming good. And he had questions over the, okay? Then he took another lesson, I'm going to say 6 weeks later. And man, he sounded good. So much better. Sounded like a different player. He's playing a real nice G on top of the staff. Beautiful tone, control, articulation. So we ran him through all the stuff once again. And again, he would over the time, occasionally send me emails and ask questions and everything, and I did the best I can. Okay. He took another lesson, and he sounded even better. He was up to a high C. Now, the high C at that point was strained. Okay. But he was playing it. So, you know, if worse comes to worse, he's in the band and all this sort of stuff. He could play a high C. And it took him at least. Want to get on TV?
No.
No? Okay. Anyway, it took him a good 2.5, 3 months to get there. I mean, just real diligence, because it did not come easily, I'm telling you. Anyway, so then we had another lesson. Oh, no, this is what happened. After that lesson, he's had 3 lessons. After that lesson, about 2 weeks later, and this is maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, he sent me a little snippet of a video. And he says, man, the chops are feeling good. And he just played, again, it was about 35-second little vid. C, E, G, C to a high C. Perfect. All the tension and everything was going perfect. And I emailed him. I told him, dude, you got it. You got it. Just keep what you're doing. And he emailed me the other day. Out of the blue, the double C started popping out. He can't do them all the time and all this sort of stuff. So he bought the PNF Max, and he's got a free lesson from that. And I'm going to see him on Friday. Guys, his double C may not be perfect yet. I'd be willing to bet it's not. But guys, that's not the point. It is coming. It is coming. And these two guys, 13 years old, I'm telling you, by the time, and they are not big burly guys. One of them actually is quite slight. They're not big burly guys at all. They're actually, both of them are slight. Actually, I think one of them may be taller than the other. It's hard to tell on Skype. But I'm telling you this, if they stick with it, now I don't care if they're going to be music majors or anything like that, but if they stick with what they're doing, by the time they are seniors in high school, they are going to have at least as good a chops as I have now. They're going to be that strong, and they are going to have complete control of their instrument. Now, the first guy that I told you is coming to me every week, forget it. The sky's the limit for him. The sky's the limit for him. The other guy who just comes every now and then, and again, I don't care if they're music majors or not. I don't care if they go into that or not. You know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, quite frankly. But again, that's not the point at all. They are going to be, they're both in 7th grade now. Check back with me in 5 years. I will have a YouTube channel or the equivalent of what technology has at that point. And in 5 years, I guarantee you, they will be some of the best trumpet players in the country. It's just as simple as that. And guys, you can have it too. Very often, young kids do not have the problems that they have to unravel before they get to the real chops. They just do. Is this right? They get some funky notes. Not quite. Is this right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, and they're off. They're off to the races. The rest is history. Well, and I mean, some of these older guys, and don't get me wrong, I love it because I was in the same. Well, I studied with this one, and she said this, and you know, I did this method, and they're talking. So that's wrong. Now, what about? You got to get through so many levels of goop and guck and drivel to get to the essence of what we're doing. So sometimes these young guys really have better chops than seasoned professionals. That doesn't make them better trumpet players, don't get me wrong. But the chops themselves are sometimes better than seasoned professionals. And I stand by that. So anyway, an exciting time. And It can be for you too. Guys, get the Double C Manifesto, get your free lesson. Get the PNF Max, incorporate these into your practice session, and get the free lesson. You got a $25 book and a $20 book. That's $45, 2 free lessons. Guys, you're not going to get that anywhere. With double C's attached to it, you guys, it will work. If you do what I tell you, it will work. Guaranteed. Anyway, that's that. Love you all. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. And drink your fruits and vegetables and live life with true power.